Let me now come to PSUs. So historically, I think PPFAS hasn't had a lot of PSUs, but they've been added. So the question is, PSUs in the long term have generally been wealth destroyers, and yet we continue to invest in some PSUs. Can you please elaborate your rationale for investing in Power Grid, Coal India, IRFC, Petronet? Um, Also, are the dividends received from these companies taxable?
So I have not been a fan of PSU investing for a long time. Uh, in fact, on the YouTube channel, there's a talk on the book The Descent of Air India, which to my mind was symptomatic of what was ailing the public sector companies in India in general. And it's true that a lot of companies have been massive wealth destroyers over a decade or more in the space. So we have had uh, some PSU investments in the past. The last one being, or the last few ones being the gas companies. Indraprastha the gas was there. We used to own Gujarat Gas at some point in time and stuff like that. Currently, we own uh, Coal India, we own Power Grid Corporation, and we own NMDC. Something which uh, has changed and which has been forcing me to change my opinion a bit on this space. And it's not been just one event or just one day I woke up and felt that, okay, now we should be buying PSU. It has been something which uh, has been a developing story as more and more data points have been coming. Uh, there has been a change in the outlook. So let me take you through some of the data points that came about. So this was a weird press conference that the finance ministry had, and this was in the peak of pandemic in the COVID crisis. So where everyone was worried about when will lockdowns end, what will happen to interest rates, will there be bailouts of some sectors or not. The finance ministry came out and said, now we have this Atmanirbhar Bharat kind of approach, and this is our approach to PSUs, and we will be in only these strategic sectors, and we will exit other companies, and we will merge companies and all. It was almost like a Margaret Thatcher kind of announcement, but it was at such a time where no one wanted to actually listen, including me, meaning our attention was in various different areas. And then they said we will privatize Air India, and the general feeling in the public was, oh, where have we heard that before? And uh, government after government keeps talking about that, and nothing will happen and stuff like that. And then they said we want to consolidate uh, PSU banks in India, and they actually went out and merged quite a few public sector banks. And now they are saying we will privatize IDBI Bank, for example. So it's been various announcements, and it's been actual implementation of some of those announcements. So that has been the one part where the governance, they want to improve, they want to leave business to businessmen and focus more on the social sector, on national security policy, health and education and things like that, the national priorities. That has been one part. The second part has been in terms of the valuation. Because these have been wealth destroyers and because these are so unpopular, then the moment you mention PSU, people just switch off. No one even wants to look at these companies anymore. And because of that, the dividend yields on many of these have become very, very high. Price earning ratios, in many cases, mid single digits. So something like a Coal India, meaning at some point in time, 5 times earnings and 10, 11 times dividend yield and stuff like that. So things became uh, very, very attractive. At the same time, I understand there are risks. So uh, periodically they come and give us a scare. They scare the living daylights out of us. So IRCTC shareholders, for example, got a scare that 50% of the revenue now Ministry of Railways will take away. Or suddenly one fine day there were rumors that Power Grid will be forced to acquire REC. But luckily in all of those cases they walked back. They saw the market reaction and they said, okay, minority shareholders don't want this and will not do that. So that has been the good part. Yeah, but it's been a gradual shift over the last 1 to 1.5 years. Yeah, dividends are not taxable for us. So whatever dividends we receive are tax free. Dividends that we get on foreign companies are taxable in US. So we pay 25% tax in the US. But most of the companies that we own are not dividend paying, or at least 3 of the companies we own are not dividend paying. 2 are. On those 2 companies, we pay 25% tax in the US.
So as you said in your presentation, Rajiv, you often receive the same question and then the opposite of it. So the next question is, our current portfolio clearly suggests that we are not averse to investing in PSUs. Why then did we choose not to invest in PSUs or oil companies in 2021? So there was a big rally. Did we not do it in enough quantity, with enough aggression, and catch that rally?
I haven't tracked that period, and so, but that's the nature of things. So in when we are buying 25-30 companies, by definition, we are not buying whatever 3,000, 4,000 companies that are out there, and some company somewhere will be running away, and we will not be participating in that. So as long as our portfolio is more or less doing okay, we are fine with that. Yeah, and many a times we wait for evidence to be there rather than just go before the evidence is there, or based on anticipation that something will happen or not. So as I spoke about PSUs, it's not just the announcements that we are confident of. So it's not that immediately after some announcement we went out and bought PSU stocks. We've been doing it gradually. We have been watching government action, not just words, and company actions. And yeah, we own some of them.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.